Buddy, I wish I could pause this thing because I'm not quite ready. But I'm not going to be on for very long. Okay. All right. So I'm just getting back in town, hanging out with family in the Midwest, in Illinois and Indiana. Family. Gotta make time for family. That's all I gotta say. But, I was catching up on some YouTube videos and I caught this video from the Hodge twins, conservative twins. These guys obviously had to rebrand themselves to get on the conservative buck dancer train, right? So, um, they're covering some drug addict in, I don't know if this is California or what, but they're covering some drug addict person, right? And again, we talk about these black conservative buck dancer type people, these people that hate the womb that they come from, right? These people exist. Malcolm X called them tokens, right? Puppets, right? And these people's job is to maintain negative ideas about black people. And you're going to hear me say that a lot on this channel because there are some people in this nation who have a special interest in maintaining generalized ideas about black people. I think it makes them feel better, right? Because a lot of them are pretty much what they want to accuse black people of being low IQ. These people are lower IQ type of people, like to me, right? They're the diseases in America. But these people typically are empowered or they kind of max their bigotry over by drafting black looking people to talk about black people so that they can kind of feel safe in their bigotry. They can just support the rhetoric of the black buck dancers, if you will. So, Brandon Tatum, Greg Foreman now, unfortunately, in the last couple of years, and the Hodge twins have all gone over to the dark side of the Republican movement, conservative movement. And again, the dark side is that as opposed to you speaking on your core beliefs, you have to speak on the talking points of your echo chamber, right? So, in order to be a good black conservative, right, you have to speak about black people in a negative way, and you have to speak on the points of that echo chamber. All right. And it's important for people to like really understand this because when we're talking about stereotypes and perpetuating stereotypes, right? It's usually people like this who are needed. They are absolutely needed to perpetuate these stereotypes. All right. So here's the Hodge twins covering they got a video out. They posted about 5 hours ago, and it's called This Dem is Odd, right? And I want you to listen and go look at the video yourself because this is clearly a white man. All right. This is clearly a white man. This is not a black man at all, right? There's a black guy in the background, it looks like, but he could be ambiguous. He could be Dominican or anything, right? And then there's another dude that's clearly not black. This guy who is contorting and going through this little drug trip, this is clearly a white guy. Before I even see the video of this guy, I am looking at a white man who is obviously unhealthy and on drugs, okay? Right? So here we go. Fair usage.
Y'all, what in the name of black activities is going on?
What in the name of black activity? So he automatically got to put shit on black people. This is how they get their coins. Okay? He automatically got to put this image on black people, and this is not a black person.
He ain't black. Man, he
At
look
least the other one was intelligent enough to say that, hey, this dude ain't black, right? Why you putting this on black people, right? But the token one,
black
he
to me.
gone. Let's go back. What do you say?
He ain't black. Man, he look black to me.
All right, right. You
Hey
obviously
man,
don't
but
know what
there's
your
like a
own people are. And the weird thing about the Hodge twins is they are biracial. I believe their mother is black, right? So you don't know what another biracial man look like from a white man, whichever one of them are talking. You are biracial, and you're telling me or trying to pretend like you don't know what another biracial man looks like. This is the dumb foolery that they are sponsoring on the conservative side so that they can perpetuate and narrate black people negatively so that they can make idiots feel better about themselves.
biracial black man.
Now you saying it looks like a
Hey,
biracial
go ahead and
black
start
man.
playing the video. There's this is fentanyl. Man, but
Now,
what is
as
he
they're
trying to do?
rolling
With
into
this
the video, this guy has straight, dirty blonde hair. His skin is pink. His skin is the core skin is white undertone, right? Pink hands. This is clearly a white man.
I don't know. He double jointed in his damn chest. Man, I need
Look at
some
this
of
man's
that.
hair. You cannot tell me this is
What
not
is
a
he
white
on? I
man
need
that
some
they're
of that.
trying to put
Well,
on a black
I was
man.
doing some research. It's fentanyl, but they're putting
Straight hair. You
tranquilizers
can
in
look
the
at how
fentanyl,
his
and
hair
people are
looked through
locking
this
up like
cat.
this.
That
So
this is a white man. It's blonde. This is blonde, straight hair on this man. And these dudes are going to sit here and say, what in the black, right? Because this is what they're paid for. This is what these people are paid for, to narrate black people negatively. And they'll put any old crap on us, down to this white man
Yeah.
contorting his body
Like
on
that, what you
fentanyl.
say? They putting what? They putting tranquilizers in the
This is
fentanyl.
clearly a
And
white
it's
man.
what?
Man, this is Aryan Nation 101. Come on now. This is a white American man, right? But they're not supposed to narrate white people negatively, right? So even if you see something that's weird, right? Figure out a way to put it on black people, but absolve white people of this, even if they're a white person. So this is clearly a white man. These two biracial men act like they're so dumb that they don't know how to recognize a fellow biracial man from a non-biracial man because they gotta plug negative stuff about black people. This is how they get their tokens, right? So we're gonna roll it back, right? Because they start off putting this crap on black people.
What in the name of black activities is going on?
Black activities, right? Clearly a white man. There's not one black person in this image, in this video. Not one black person. And yet these guys are like, oh, let's put this crap on black people because obviously we got to get our tokens to narrate black people in a negative way.
He ain't black.
He
Man,
ain't
he look
black.
black to me.
He look black to me. You know he don't look black to you. He look black to you because the tokens that you're getting needs him to be black so you can start narrating black people negatively because you want to put some white Americans crap on us. These people act like there are not lower poverty line white people running around America, right? But they want to always put that on black people, right? So they can shield for these ignorant people that Trump them brought into the political process, right? Because that's all that is these people are shilling for the white supremacist segment of white America, right? And they always need a Sambo. The black conservatives, they're like, oh, it's a privilege to be called a Uncle Tom, right? I bet it is, right? Because y'all are really Sambos. Y'all are really Sambos, right? Y'all run around, oh, I'll be Uncle Tom. I'll be Uncle Tom, but you're not an Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom was not in these streets betraying his people. And a lot of y'all know that. Y'all out here betraying y'all people for the coin, right? A lot of these people are betraying their people for the coin, and they think these white supremacists really just respect them. White supremacists are for white supremacists, white people. They don't care about you. You are a puppet, a face to make them feel better, right? These white supremacists do not respect black, non-black people, non-white people going against their own people in the service of them. They will use them, they will leverage them, but they don't respect them. They don't respect them at their core. They do not respect these black conservatives. Many of them, not all of them, right? And, nothing tells you how white supremacists really feel about these people, like jumping into a Twitter space and hearing one of these black white supremacists actually try to be in the space of white supremacists and get their reality check. So O'Shea posted about 5 hours ago too, and he says white man promises to send Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now, if everybody don't know, Myron is a Sudanese immigrant, right? And this dude hates black people. He specializes in talking negatively about black people so that he can appease these ignorant people who are just committed to ideas of social classes and inferiority in America. He subscribes to things like that because it makes him safe, right? And you'll notice that many immigrants, not all of them, will cleave on eventually to white supremacy ideologies against black people because it makes them safe, right? All the while, these people are insulting them. They are belittling them. They don't respect them. So here's Myron in this Twitter space.
I'm just going to boot you out of my phone.
Because you're not white.
What does that have to do with anything, dude?
You're not white. He's trying to tell this idiot in every single way.
You're in my country right now.
You are in a white supremacist talking point Twitter space, right? And this dude is telling you, like, you don't even belong here.
I'm not talking to you right now.
Because you're in my country right now. You're in my country right now. Myron, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine, bud.
Me out of his thing because obviously he's like,
because you're not white.
I'm not going to go ahead and debate you.
Because Myron's pissed because he want to boot him out the Twitter space. He said, because you're not white. Duh. This is a white Twitter space. Why the hell is your Sudanese ass in this Twitter space? Right? But this is a mental illness to me. This is a mental illness. Some of this is mental illness. I don't know what it is, but some of this is mental illness, right? Because you cannot go so hard for people and they just outwardly hate you. They tell you that you're not one of them. They are literally singing the Kendrick Lamar song in the white people's version about you. And you still not going to budge and say, maybe I should just try to go into a Sudanese space because now I've talked so much crap about black people. They definitely not going to rock with me. This dude doesn't have an identity. He doesn't have a lane. He's jumping onto every conviction ever. And so for all these young men who are cleaving onto people like Myron Gaines, a black white supremacist, right? You need to understand that real men have convictions, right? Myron is a conversation leech, and he's so dumb that he leeches onto hate groups that hate him. And this is who you're learning manhood from. Y'all better go find y'all daddies, y'all granddaddies, y'all uncles, the ones with wisdom, and stop rejecting their wisdom. Stop being too big for your britches and listen to these older cats, not these idiot beta dudes out here telling you how to be a man, and they are not out in these streets being a man. They out here being a simp in white supremacist thought tanks, and this is how these people giving it to them.
Because you're not white.
What does that have to do with anything, dude? I'm not talking to you right now.
Because you're in my country right now. You're in my country right now. You're an invader.
This is he said you're an invader.
You hate the Jews, but at the same time, you are a spy-fin. You're a spy-fin, Myron.
Shut up.
Yes, I am. DNA test is out there, Myron.
Get out of here, dude. You're a Mexican. Shut the up, Jorge. Over here trying to sit there and say,
see, now
he,
like
my DNA test is out there, Myron. Is yours? Is yours, Myron?
All right, so he's like, put your DNA on the table, right? This white supremacist ain't playing with Sambo. He like, you gonna stay in line. You're not one of us. You're not gonna be out here talking with us and about us, because when we take our country back, as these people are saying, we're deporting your ass. That's what they're telling Myron.
Now, faggot, shut up. Shut the up.
Myron, you are a non-white invader.
You're a non-white invader, all right? Now, can somebody tell me, is this a Stockholm Syndrome thing that's going on with this man? I don't understand how people like him can align with people like that, have them talk to them like that, and still be trying to ride with them. Can somebody explain this mental illness to me? Because it looks like it's weird. This dude is weird, right? I mean, I don't even see Candace Owens like doing that. You know what I mean? She gonna talk on they talking points, but she ain't out there just doing the old Bucky dance like that. This dude is just shucking and jiving for these white supremacists, and they're like, we don't like your dance. We don't like your buck dance. Your buck dance is not worthy. You are an immigrant in our country. This is what these white supremacists is telling this man, and he just can't catch a clue.
All right, that's just unproductive. Like this igniting a race war in this space tonight. HT, uncalled for, unnecessary. You can have a different.
So Sam Parker is trying to neutralize it. Like, we don't want to have a race war, guys, right?
Space for that. Like earlier, that might have been appropriate, but right now we're talking about free speech on Twitter. So
this non-white is calling me a Mexican. All right,
bro, you're attacking him too. So listen, like you said, it was mutual combat, but it's over now. We're not going to derail.
My point is this, Sam. This is what I'm talking about. If you want to be pro-white, and you have non-whites in here that are naming the Jew, right, and they don't want to go home after we defeat the Jew, then you're going to be in a sticky situation with the pro-whites that help you to your cause.
As I already said,
this is how these people think.
Been 100.0% white. It's never going to be 100.0% white. That's just that's not even enough within the realm of possibility to even be called a pipe dream. All right, so
1790 Naturalization Act was for what? No reason?
So these dudes are living in the past. They think that the past is going to come back into the present. It's like God will destroy this country before y'all ever think y'all about to take it over again. Because this is Satan's country, right? This is Satan's nation, okay? Y'all don't really understand that we are protected in the belly of the beast, okay? We are protected in the belly of the beast, right? So, I mean, this is Satan's country, right? I don't understand the mindset of these white supremacists. I really don't. I mean, that's a mental illness by itself too, to be sitting up there holding on to a pipe dream because somebody passed it on to you with some generational rhetoric. Common sense will tell any white supremacist that what you were talking about don't even make any damn sense. So these dudes are giving it to Myron in this space, right? Because
don't miss out. Sign up for NFL Sunday Ticket.
Nope, I ain't trying to advertise. Nope, I don't do NFL advertising. Do that on your own.
Not 100.0 white. Okay, so it just wasn't. It never was. It never has been. It never will be. Right. That's just not even a pipe dream, bro.
See, this is where we have an issue where these non-whites get to be in here.
See, this is the thing. The white dude does not want Myron in their Twitter space, right? And this is what these white supremacists ultimately think about these black conservative buck dancers that they can pay to talk and belittle black people, right? So that they can uphold their idea of supremacy, because obviously reality tells them that it's not true, right? So a lot of these white supremacists are truly the dumbest people on the earth, right? But this idea that they have, right, it's like sort of a matrix reality at this point, right? But regardless, right, they're entitled to have it. Like, here's the thing. I know black supremacists. I know white supremacists. Supremacy is a disease in America, period. It's not just confined to white people, all right? So it would be ignorant for anybody to conclude that. There are supremacists of all colors in this nation, and everybody has a reason or an entitlement to be this supremacist asshole. But struggle junkie supremacists, those are the worst, right? But off of that, going back to the Hodge twins, right? because this really is what inspired this. These dudes have a black mother. Their mother is black. She's probably a little shy of a little lighter than me, maybe, or we could be the same complexion. But regardless of that, this is an example of two men that are so thirsty for money and coins that they will sell their own image out. Their mother, every time the Hodge twins make an executive decision to talk shit about black people, they are talking shit about their mama. Whether they want to admit it or not, you talking shit about your mom. The womb that you were in. Every time you can be paid to narrate your mom's people, like you narrate them. No, these people don't deserve respect. They're traitors, okay? They're traitors. They're traitors. And my whole thing is, to me, it's like some of these people, they're like, oh, you know, we're patriots to America. No, you're not patriots to America. You're not patriots to America. You are patriots to the chaos and division in America. Tell the truth. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You are patriots to maintaining ideas and narratives in America that keeps this nation divided ideologically. Tell the truth and shame the devil. These people are repulsive, right? And the thing is, they always be talking about God, faith, and family. You Negroes don't know nothing about God, faith, and family. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know anything about that. You only know that you are your God. You have faith in yourself, and you have faith that you can get coins by selling out your family, selling out your people. You're not loyal. You're a traitor. And just like these white supremacists, they're like, we don't trust y'all. Y'all sitting up there buck dancing on our conversation, but we don't trust you. You are still beneath us. And if we had this dude is talking about deporting Myron, right? They don't want them in what their idea of their country is. Their mindset is, we want to take our country back and make it white, right? And Myron's like, yeah, let's do that. And they're all looking like, you too. You too. You and your crew, bro. Y'all got to get out of here. Help us take the country back and then go back to your own damn country. This is what these white supremacists are telling Myron. This is what they're telling Myron. And undercover, this is probably where they're telling the conservative twins too. They probably be looking at the conservative twins like, yeah, talk about them. N-words. N-words. Yeah, N-word. Yeah, my favorite N-words. Talking about N-words. I don't even know if we want to deport these guys, right? Right? And that's the whole thing. Some of these black conservatives, they're like, there is an inkling of a belief that white people could take over this country again, which is a laugh, right? And we're just going to be safe. These people are being safe, right? I talked about Mark Robinson, right? Who runs around saying that they're a black Nazi? Who goes around spouting rhetoric like this guy is spouting and then says that he's going to be running for somebody's governor? Who runs around saying that people should be killed and talking about he's running for office, right? These black faces. And now Trump is trying to, he's like, shit, this dude is a risk to North Carolina. God, like, here's the thing. When you get some of these old Bucky dancers, sometimes they want to go extreme. They want to get hard because they're trying to get their face in the black conservative circle too. So they have to say like real extreme stuff just to get noticed by an audience of those people so that they can build. So Mark Robinson, he's going in And he's like, I'm a black Nazi and this and the other and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Just saying any old dumbass thing that he thinks they want to hear to get them cookies from them. And now all kinds of stuff is coming up on the internet about this man. It's ridiculous. Black conservatives, they're weird. It's like, and then you look at some of them, they're like beta type people, right? I can look at all of these people and kind of nitpick something wrong or broken about these people, right? I don't know what kind of relationship the Hodge twins had with their mom, right? I don't know what kind of relationship they had for them to just go in on her people like that. But like I said, some people hate the womb that they come from, right? And it's sad, you know? And I feel like deep down, these dudes, this is not real for them. This is not true to one of them, and I don't even know their damn names. I can't even know which one from which. One of them, deep down in his soul, it doesn't sit right with him. They like the money that they're making from this, but one of them, it don't sit right with his soul. The one that says, that's not a black guy, right? I don't know whichever one that is, but he's always coming in trying to, sort of slide in a caveat, right? To just not make it look so ignorant what they're doing. But his brother's like, dude, we getting them tokens. F them ninjas, right? We gonna get paid over here talking about black people and putting white people stuff on black people. But check out their new video. This dim is odd. And I want you to look at that man and you tell me, is that a black man or a white man? And you're going to say clearly that is a white man, right? But they need to put that on black people. And they literally start the video off putting this white man on drugs, contorting his body on the streets on black people, right? Shame. It's such a shame. What a shame. What a shame. Yep, that same thing I said. I'm looking at O'Shea's video about Myron, right? And I'm just listening to, reading some of the comments. When a person is unable to sense, feel they're not wanted, something is psychologically wrong, right? There's something psychologically wrong with that man at this point, right? You can't be that desperate for social media clout that you will literally let go into these white supremacist spaces and just basically let them whip you. This is not the first Twitter space that he's been in these talking points where they've just given it to him. He tried to float into all these racist, highly racist against black people spaces, and they give it to him all the time. Like, you're not like us. You're not like us. And it's like these people are not even saying this enough to Myron. Like, they can't say it enough. Like, bro, if you're going to be in these spaces, just shut up. Because you shouldn't even be here because you're not white. They don't want him there. Myron's energy changed real quick when pressed by men. Not quite the same as bullying college and OnlyFans girl because he's a beta male. Beta males got time to argue with females, right? Real men really don't argue with women. And like the real ones. And it's very rare that there are real men, just really honestly, because we do have like a bitch mentality right now in America where men behave like females, many of them, right? But I remember like my uncle, right? And at first I used to think that he was mean. You know what I mean? I used to think that my uncle was mean because like his why my auntie was to start whining about stuff like something that she really wanted to do, but maybe he didn't think it was in the best interest or financially, the right thing to do, right? And so she's whining, like she'll whine, but then it's like he'd be like, stop it. And he'll have this like face like where it was like you knew this bro was serious, like stop, right? And she'll just stop. And it was such a command over his woman, right? Because real men don't argue with women. They don't. They will. Their word is their word. And their word comes with conviction so that she's not confused about what the yes or no is. Right? Real men do not argue with women. Myron specializes in arguing with women, so you know you are not dealing with a real man. So why even take manhood advice from a beta male? Do that guy even have a father? Did he have an uncle in his life? Right? Like, what was the deal? Did he have a present father? Because even if you got a dad in the house, if he's a workaholic, he's not there. Let's keep it real, right? But real men don't argue with women. Like, I can never see my uncle going back and forth with my aunt because he had her respect that, like, when he had that face, because, like, you knew, like, shut it down. Like, just shut it down. Don't press him on that, right? But he didn't argue with her, and she knew not to argue with him, right? And that's just what it was, right? And that's being respectful of your man. He was the provider. She did not have to worry about anything. So when I tell you to shut something down because you're being irrational, listen and move on, right? Real men don't argue with women. Myron Gaines is not a real man, right? And real black looking men, whether you're from the motherland, the womb or not, right? They don't argue back and forth with women, right? And they don't go into white supremacist spaces simping for white men who are just dogging them constantly. Whether you are foundational Black America or a brother from the motherland, I don't know any black looking man that will just sit there and tolerate that unless he's weak and beta. That's all I'm saying. So I pray for everybody. I pray for the Hodge twins. I pray for Myron Gaines because obviously they have spirits attached to them, right? That impacts their judgment as men. These men are running on lemming mindsets for the coins and no conviction. These are not real men. From the Hodge twins to Myron Gaines, these are not real men. Real men have something important to say that's useful and solutions based. They come with pragmatism, they come with conviction. Your modern American man is not a real man. He is an artificial simulation of a matrix that have fed him ideas of what a man is, right? All the while, they have told him, don't listen to your granddaddy, don't listen to your uncles. You ain't they old school, you ain't gotta listen to them, right? And y'all listen to Satan. And a lot of you guys have bitch mentalities because of it, right? And Frederick Douglass says once these men get to a certain age, we cannot do anything for them. They are lost boys. They are lost boys, lost causes. That is why it's always important to target the young black boys and really pay attention to them. Protect them. Help them to actualize themselves as masculine men with a balanced conviction of mind. Right? A balanced conviction of mind. And that's missing. That's missing. We do got some good brothers out, putting in the work. Shout out to Marty Bolger out here in Metro Detroit area. He was actually my high school administrator. And, we need more black men like him in schools. If every school had a Marty Bolger, right, we would see higher success rates among young black males because like Mr. Bolger, he had the Project Manhood. So he was taking these young brothers to jail, having them talk to these dudes, who have made poor choices. And, it was like that scared straight thing with these brothers. It's like, you don't want to be me. And these brothers was real. These guys were reforming themselves. And being a part of that program was a way of their reform. But, we need brothers like this, giving brothers guidance. I always looked at Mr. Bolger as like Mr. Clark from Lean On Me, right? Because he did not play. No, he didn't have no baseball bat, but his eyes were like piercing. They were baseball bats by themselves. So like you knew, don't play with Mr. Bolger. He's not playing with you, right? His whole face would tell you, just do what I say and move on. And you're like, absolutely. I don't want these kind of problems. I do not want these kind of problems, right? Sometimes you got to learn to yield, especially if somebody is telling you something that's in your best interest, all right? But anyways, you guys, you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you to those who have tuned in. If you like content like that, hit that like and subscribe button, and we will keep these conversations going. And again, I'm going to pray for these brothers, right? You shouldn't hate yourself so much. You shouldn't hate yourself so much, right? And you hate an aspect of yourself that actually gives you the real strength. You hate the womb. You hate the womb part of you. And that's a shame. All right, you guys. Bye.